Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. We are dangerously excited for the Indigo Disc. The new DLC comes out next week. We've got some new riddles and rumors about Diplin's evolution. We're going to take a look at all the returning Pokemon and figure out what our teams are going to be. And at the end of the episode, we've got a fan theory that we're going to review. My name is Dusty Go-Goat. I'm with today the Lumios Post.
Hello.
And Soul Silver Art.
What's up?
How are you guys doing? How's your week been?
Doing very good. I booked a vacation for next year this week, so I'm happy about that. And also, I've got a new camera angle, which is nice, refreshing, you know.
It does look new. It does look new. I actually thought you had a brand new camera, but you don't have a brand new camera.
No, I don't. Not yet. I'm getting one, but not yet.
New camera angle.
Yeah, new camera angle. But what we found out a couple days ago is a new riddle from the Riddler.
Mr. Koo.
Mr. Koo.
I love this so much.
What is this meme?
I really love the Pineapple Pen song thing.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
I've never even. I don't even know what it is.
What, Dusty? Oh man,
Pineapple.
Your
what is this?
Homework is to watch Pen Pineapple Apple Pen.
Okay.
You just type that in, and that's your homework.
Is this safe for work? Can listeners? Can listeners type this in?
It's one of the dumbest things you'll ever watch. But
it's just stupid.
Funny.
All right, so for listeners, the Riddler has posted an image. It's there's 3 panels. There's 2 guys, and one's holding Hydreigon. The other one's
the same guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy, but there's and then one's holding Volcarona. Then it's the guy putting these 2 things together, Hydreigon and Volcarona, and then the third panel is when they come together, it's an apple. I mean, I don't know. You guys do the math. To me, this sounds like a description of apple.
Hydreigon plus Volcarona equals apple. There's nothing really to talk about here. So next up, Matt.
And Pineapple Apple Pen.
I always thought, like, wow, if Volcarona and Hydreigon had a baby, it'd be an apple.
No. I didn't think this.
No.
So
Actually,
what is our interpretation of this?
You know how you look at something in like parts? Like you see the first one first. I mean, at least I do. I didn't see the apple at the bottom first. You know, it's just like, I looked at it. It's like, oh, that's interesting. And then the second one, and then an apple. And I'm like,
well, I'll be honest. My first thought. My first thought was both of these Pokemon have Paradox forms. And so my first thought was, oh, is the Diplin evolution going to get a Paradox form?
Yeah, I mean.
Wow. Man, could you imagine?
Fun thinking there.
I mean, that's not even that ridiculous, right? I mean, that could be
that's not crazy. If
like
we didn't know everything, like.
Oh, that's true. That
would be...
Wait, do we actually know everything?
I mean, like, we know all but like one thing.
Yeah, but they could add stuff. They could be hiding stuff.
I mean, like, in terms of the new Pokemon that Koo's hinted.
Yeah.
We know, because he said 7 plus 8 plus 1. 7 in Teal Mask. Obviously, we know those. 8 in Indigo Disc.
Wait, do you guys tell everybody everything right now?
I mean, we're on the leak part. I mean,
he's just spoiling the whole game.
I mean, look, we're on the leak thing. We're talking about the leak. I'm assuming these people want to know leaks.
If you guys don't want leaks,
or just
ahead this time.
Or if you're not very good at math, you can keep listening.
And you know what? At some point, I will watch this video and I will put a timestamp of where we stop talking about leaks. But until I do that, just good luck.
Here's the thing. Here's what I say normally.
Yeah.
In this situation, because there's so many people on Twitter that are like, oh, this and that, and I'm like, dude, we know everything already. Like, what are you trying to try to say with all this? Not that I'm offended or anything, but I'm just like, people that are paying attention.
I try not to pay attention.
Yeah. If you don't pay attention, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, if you don't pay attention, then you wouldn't know what's going on, which is fine. But basically, because of Koo and mostly because of the data mine, that's what I say. Like everything, the Indigo Disc data mine already happened. Like people are like, it's coming or whatever, but it basically already happened with the Teal Mask. The only thing we just haven't seen everything. Like we know everything, but we haven't seen everything.
Sure.
That's the main thing.
Okay.
That's what I say.
Well, maybe my theory still lives. So I think very obviously, and you guys can correct me, what I'm understanding this picture to be is just like what the Diplin evolution is going to be something with multiple heads. Maybe, I don't know, Volcarona has multiple wings. It could also be that Volcarona... Oh, no, this was the big talk, right? Hydreigon is a dragon type and Volcarona is a bug type, right? So maybe the two worms, the two bugs, or I guess the two dragons that are inside of the apple eat the whole apple. There's no more grass type because there's no more apple, and then the bug type trait appears, and then the third evolution actually is that dragon bug type.
That is what I hope so bad, but like I don't, because I want a bug dragon so bad. We haven't. It is, guys. It has been 9 generations. Pokemon started in 1996, so it has been 27 years.
Yeah,
and we have not seen a bug dragon.
We could do a whole episode on all of the Pokemon that should and were not and missed an opportunity of being a bug dragon type.
Not even that. I mean, you could do a whole episode on like there's multiple Pokemon, right? Like Grapploct could be water. There's
sure.
That.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Idea.
Maybe one. Yeah, maybe. If you guys like that, let us know.
Yeah,
I would say right off the bat, Slitherwing should have been the first
bug dragon.
No, it should have been Yanmega. It should have been it should have been Flygon.
Everyone
Mega.
Flygon, but
it's like what I said. Like, there's so many that like should have or could have.
Flygon is based on a bug, like its design, but also it needs to have the sand type. And the sand type, the ground type. Why would you want a bug ground? Right, we have that with Nincada. It's not even. I don't think it's that good.
Okay, but
the dragon's way cooler.
But when it evolves, it loses it. I would say, if anything, give me a bug ground type. I want that too.
I think Trapinch and Vibrava should have been bug ground and then evolved into dragon ground. That would have felt kind of cool.
Oh, those are definitely the biggest contenders.
Like, it should keep the ground type.
Those 3 Pokemon, the Flygon, Yanmega, and Slitherwing.
Yanmega should have been it. Imagine
of bug dragon.
Can you imagine Yanmega with speed boost and still being a dragon? Is there any dragon with speed boost?
No.
Ooh, I mean, that would be good. I don't even know I don't even know the meta, and I know that's good.
A Mega Yanmega. Yeah. I want a Mega Yanmega, and I want to run Mega Drain on
it. So that I can
Paradox see the game say Mega Yanmega use Mega Drain on Mega Metagross.
It'd be pretty epic for sure.
Mega Metagross.
Lumi, is there any like advantage to bug dragon as a typing? Like, is it a good typing? I always thought like they didn't do it because bug is just kind of weak.
No.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? Is like bug is it's going to lose the fire weakness. It's still gonna have the flying weakness. It's still gonna have the rock weakness. It's still gonna have the obviously the dragon weaknesses are still going to carry over. Ice, fairy. And then
I don't think it matters that much because like if you have good stats, you're good, right? There's so many powerful dragon types that just have like 4-time weaknesses, whatever, and they dominate.
Garchomp is Garchomp and Flygon are actually a great example. Flygon is not that great of a mon competitively, but Garchomp consistently is, and it's because look at Garchomp's stats versus Flygon stats. So it doesn't necessarily break it, but yeah. But I will say on the thing, you've got this up, so I wanted to point it out. On the thing about like the bug Diplin evolution, if that's what's maybe being hinted here, I don't know. But there was a Terra Applin you could find, like a wild Terrastol Pokemon that you could find in Kitakami.
Oh, really?
And it had the bug Terra.
It's
so,
like it's like a static encounter.
Yeah, like you're seeing the picture of it right there.
Actually, dude,
you can find
if it is like bug, if it is bug dragon, like we are assuming, because this to me, like before I had like, okay, maybe Ku's just kind of messing with us, like it's gonna be bug or grass, and I was like, okay, maybe. But if this is now, I believe it so much more, and if it actually is, this was totally a hint. Like this is not. This is Game Freak putting in a hint. There's no doubt.
Guys, it goes a step further. What if the bug Terra thing, right? Because we know a lot of the Terra hats or the Terra crowns, whatever, are hints or Easter eggs for other references. What if? I mean, I'm looking at it right now. The hat is a circle, like an apple. It's got 4 wings, 2 on each side. It's got the little face, and then it's got these big antennas, these bug antennas, right? That could look like the silhouette of Diplin or whatever the evolution is. We'll have to wait and see.
You're peeking a little bit.
Okay, but did I make my point clear?
Yes, you did. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
But I think that could be the case. I've even seen some people say like the antenna or like the heads or whatever.
Sure.
The big thing I would say going against this is the very first picture that Ku used to hint at the Diplin evolution was of the white forest tree, where like it's all intertwined or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's a tree, and trees are grassy. That doesn't mean it, but I'm just saying I'm
Trees are
remaining
grassy.
I'm remaining like cautiously like I'm excited for it either way.
Listen,
right?
it's gonna look like this.
I love the
no
apple in
question.
mine.
It will be this monster. It's gonna be a box legendary, right?
That's more Hydreigon though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like,
But it's
literally.
It's
It's
got a bit of the
Hydreigon
Volcarona in
with
it,
the
with the
wings.
wings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, this is.
I don't think
incredible.
this is gonna have any wings.
No, dude, it's literally gonna be a
I don't think so.
It's gonna be a derpy dragon type. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't think it's
it's
going.
gonna
I don't
be-
think it's going to be derpy. Think about it. Think about it. This is going to be
It's
Kieran's
Diplin.
ace. Nah, but this is going to be Kieran's ace, and the whole thing with Kieran right now is he is dark. He is like he's gone over to the dark side.
Oh, what if it turns?
So they're
what
not
if it's
going to
dark
give
type?
him like a stun fist.
What if it's like a rotten apple?
I mean, dark type is possible, seeing as Hydreigon is in there, in that picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the thing.
we're talking about bug dragon. Why can't it be fire dark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Or any of the types, like bug, grass, dark, fire.
Fire
You know,
bug.
Yeah. Honestly,
It
like
It just
Like-
loses the
Volcarona.
dragon grass type altogether.
he could just be trolling. Like he does do that in this way, like where he, you know,
Especially lately.
he makes it seem like it's it's bug dragon, but then all of a sudden it's one of the other types that are clearly there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm expecting grass dragon, and I will just be pleasantly
Yes,
surprised.
I'm
if
in the
it's
same
bug
camp.
Dragon.
So was it you who
I'm
said
not-
that you wished that the Diplin evolution would be more mobile? Did you say that? Because I agree with that.
No, that was Luby.
I did.
Okay, all right. I agree.
I don't
with
think
that.
it. I don't know if it will be.
Because
That's-
I don't
I'm
like
so,
Diplin
like-
because of that. It just like doesn't. It does. I don't know. It's just an apple. I don't want my Pokemon to be an apple. It's cute if it's the first stage, right? There's a little worm inside of it, but it's got to like grow beyond that, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
if
I
something-
want
The
to be
bug's
able
gotta
to see
eat
it
the
moving
apple.
around. Like
If
Applin at least
something-
rolls around because he's tiny, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to see
Diplin
this
just
giant
hops.
Hydra rolling around.
Well, we don't know how big it will be, either.
Yeah,
So,
that's
like-
true. The fact that he keeps using tree imagery kind of makes me think it's going to be like pretty gigantic. But you're right that it very well could not be.
I think it could be.
How about
as well,
this?
But
What are the odds that we get any hints within Kieran's design? Look at because look, he's got three. Kieran's got three things right here, three little spirals off its head, right?
I mean, maybe the hair.
That's
could
the
be
Hydra.
What it could be like. Not just that though, because it's gonna have 7 heads. That's why Ku did that riddle, right? So maybe like all the other strands, so like the
Yeah,
3 on the top,
3,
and
4,
then, like,
5,
2,
6, 7.
like this.
There's 7 in the front.
Yeah, that's 7
Eight.
already. So it could
And then
be.
maybe the back of their tails.
Yeah, true. Or the wings.
I wonder if it's gonna have like one tail or just like a bunch of tails or any tails at all.
Oh, I love
wonder-
it, dude.
I wonder if it's gonna have arms and legs. I don't know if it's gonna be inside the apple still or not.
It's gotta eat. It's gotta eat outside of the apple.
Is this Soul? I know it is for you, and it is for me as well. But Dusty, is this your most anticipated Pokemon of Indigo Disc?
I think mine is Unfezant.
What?
It's not a
What does
returning
that
Pokemon.
mean?
I'm being mean.
That's
I'm-
not even a returning Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm trolling. I
I was
think.
like, my guy is not gonna be. He's gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm really excited for? Oh, I'm really excited for Minun.
Actually,
Dude,
really want
oh, I
Minun
can't wait to use
shiny-
Love
I want
Disc.
a shiny Minun, like shiny Minun. It's really
Dude.
I don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of bad Pokemon.
I'm excited. Literally, like right before I got on this podcast, I recorded a video just talking about things I'm excited for.
Oh, let's
and,
go.
It will have come out, I guess, yesterday when this is going up. But and I
love how
said
you always
I'm really
timestamp
excited
it.
For, yeah.
You're always like, and make sure you go watch that.
Yeah.
It's out right
check
now.
that out right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Link in the description.
But anyways, I really like the returning Pokemon now. It's so much different from how it was in Sword and Shield, right? Like, y'all remember how excited people were over seeing the like new models for old Pokemon in Kitakami?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. So I'm so excited.
Yeah,
to
I
see
am
these.
too. I am too. And it's nice seeing all these Pokemon. Like, so right now on the screen, you can see a list of all of the Pokemon that will be returning. I guess this all. I think some of these Pokemon are already in the game. I mean,
No, this isn't all the returning ones. This is the decks.
Okay.
So, like, for example, the
Yes.
Sinnoh starters returned in Teal Mask, but they were not a part of the Kitakami deck.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's cool. I think a really underrated thing that I do appreciate is the formation, the collective formation of a Pokedex and what Pokemon make it up. Right. I don't know. Maybe it's not even underappreciated because a lot of people will make like, Fakemon regions and very meticulously pick which returning Pokemon should be in that game to reflect the region. So this is cool to see, right? I don't know. This is really cool to see all the starters. So all the starters are going to be in the decks, like officially?
All except the Paldeum ones.
That's wild. That really does. I mean, yeah. I guess the decks of Blueberry Academy really is just this artificial biome. Dude, I really am excited for the biomes. I think that'll be a lot of fun to navigate.
Oh, what's your most anticipated mon?
Most anticipated mon.
What's your most anticipated?
The new
returning
one.
mon or new mon.
New mon is what I was asking. Because like I said, mine and Souls is the Diplin evolution.
Probably
mine definitely is.
Probably Paradox Entei.
Paradox Entei. Cool.
What's the list? I guess Momotaro could be kind of cool.
There's Paradox Entei, Paradox Terrakion.
Terrakion is going to be cool.
Oh, we can talk about that for a second really quick, too. I mean, I'll do it after, I guess, you list them off. But
Dokotaro, Terapagos, obviously.
Yeah.
Archaludon, Diplin evolution, and then Raging Bolt and Iron Crown.
Sure. I would love to hear what everyone thinks in the description or in the comments, like what your favorite is. That'd be kind of cool to see.
Or you can hack our channel and put it in the description.
You could, yeah, you definitely could.
Just so we're gonna look tomorrow.
You could probably
we'll just say
you could just comment Lumi.
That's it.
Like, hey Lumi, could you put this in the description? I think the starters are gonna be cool. I mean, these Pokemon are already in the game. Scizor looks sick. Bayleaf looks sick. Skarmory looks sick. I don't know.
Dude, I'm so excited for Bayleaf. I cannot contain my excitement for Bayleaf.
Dude, remember when Meganium was in Pokemon Snap?
Yes, which reminds me, this is a great time to remind you all to play.
You just brought it up on purpose.
I know, it's a joke.
He's embraced the meme.
If I lean into it, then I can't be like pitted against it,
Yeah, see, that's true. That's fair. Yeah.
That's true.
Only Soul was blindsided by that one, not you.
Soul's like, shut up.
So.
Stop bringing it up.
Soul literally just pulled up, like he literally, Pokemon Snap came out. Forget this. Just pulled up his iPad.
Yeah. So returning Pokemon, I would say the parrot. I really like the parrot. I like the direction of the Paradox beasts. I think Raikou and Raging Bolt. I loved seeing the direction of that and how different it was from Walking Wake. So I'm really excited to see what they could do with Entei. I don't really know. Do we have a description of what it?
Triceratops is my guess.
Yeah, is it still a guess, or is that like? Do we have any hints of what it would look like?
I think it got some more credibility with its name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was gonna go into the names.
Yeah.
Thing. I mean, you can.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you have that up anywhere, Dusty? Do you know what we're talking about?
No idea.
It's on my alt account. If you want to just type that in, you can.
Okay. Silver alt.
Yeah.
But basically, like some backstory in the data mine, they basically found like that the new Pokemon are listed alphabetically, and like so they're in between two Pokemon, so you can kind of guess their name. Like for example, the Diplin evolution is in between Hydreigon and Huntail, so we can assume its name is going to start with like Hydra.
That's cool. Oh yes, I do know what we're talking about. Actually, is this it?
It's a few tweets down.
Yes, that's it.
That came out perfectly.
Okay,
so explain this. Okay, all right.
So you see, the first one is between.
I forgot all about this. I was following it last week. I forgot all about this.
That is the Diplin evolution. So we're assuming that because it's between Huntail and Hydreigon, its name is Hydra.
Yeah.
If you look, that one that says it's between internal ID number, I think that's 1022. It says it's between Ponyard and Pelipper.
Yeah.
Peach would fit there. So, like, they're assuming that's Dokotaro, the Peach Pokemon.
Yeah. And we're thinking that's going to be Peachy Keen, right? I love that.
Yeah.
That's
the
so
interesting one, the one that, like, you're able to figure the most about is ID number 1017 is between Gothorita and Gourgeist. And so we're assuming that's, in fact, we know that's Paradox Entei.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is that for it to be between those two mons, it has to be GOT or GOU.
Yeah.
And typically, especially with the Paradox beasts, we're seeing it's an adjective, then a thing. Walking, wake, raging, bolt. Then so if we're assuming that's the same thing, like the only word that fits here is like gouging.
Yeah,
Gouging.
It's like
flame.
99% gouging.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
And gouging would suggest like puncturing.
Right.
Yeah.
Which again,
I instantly think
Triceratops
of
fits
Triceratops.
the horns.
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah, I think originally I was like, okay, we have something that's like a raptor on 2 legs. We have something on 4 legs, and it's really towering. Now we should have something that is flying, maybe. Right? I thought that would be a cool way to do it, but yeah, I think a Triceratops has a unique enough, I guess, anatomy. Right?
I am disappointed.
Why? What would you have wanted? Triceratops.
I'm the only person who will be disappointed.
Triceratops
in
is great.
Do we have to have like basic dinosaurs to like the 3?
We do
basic
because we
dinosaurs?
haven't had them yet.
I think
have not had a
a
Triceratops
T-Rex
yet.
would have been sick.
We
too.
have had a T-Rex and a what is it, Aurorus, whatever it is, Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Meganium, which is the
Yeah.
I
mascot
would
of
say
Pokemon
Walking
Snap.
Wake, it's like the size of a T-Rex, but I would say it's almost more raptor-like, honestly.
And we've had Bastiodon, which is kind of like
That is not like a Triceratops.
No, get out.
No.
close enough.
It's not.
No.
But Bastiodon sucks.
Either way, I just don't like Triceratops.
They're cool,
Agron's
dudes. They're
closer to
cool.
a Triceratops
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Bastiodon
Laeron,
is.
yeah, I agree with
True,
that. I agree with
true.
that. And I know you like that, Soul.
No, I don't.
What?
You don't like Agron?
Agron
What
is so
wrong with
spiky.
you?
He's all right. I don't
He's
like,
all
I don't
right.
like. I don't like that. I like Laeron much more.
Yeah, Laron's cool. Well, it's gonna look like
Laeron's
Laron.
cool.
It's gonna look like
No.
Laron with the spikes of Aggron.
I'm still holding out, but the thing is,
No, I'm
that
predicting. Hey, can I make a
Entei-
call? You're gonna love it,
What?
Soul. I'm making a call. You are going to love it. That's
I
my.
really don't
that is
think
my
so,
number one
because-
prediction of Indigo Disc.
Your
All right,
number
I
one
hope so.
prediction is that Soul will love. Well, so how do you feel about Entei? Like Entei?
I hate
just
Entei. I hate Entei.
Cool,
Bro,
All
that's
right.
the problem.
No, but
That's
Entei
the
Anyways,
makes.
guys. So we'll see all of y'all next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wrong. Entei.
Listen,
No, Entei.
Entei is my
you hate
least-
this, Soul?
yeah.
This is so cool.
So-
It's the face and the too much fur, and
It's
I
a
love the
man.
cloud. I love the clouds, right? But I
That's
like
why Soul hates Entei, because in the movie with Entei, he's actually a man.
Yeah, that's literally true. If that is what you wish, you shall
I like
have it.
designs that have like long snouts. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
And
this
that,
is so
like,
cool.
I do
It's
not,
not
like
a
flat
man.
face.
It's not a man, Soul.
I know, but I don't like this.
But
whole
that's.
part of it.
What do you mean?
And I don't like the color really, and
You-
the
So
hair.
hear me out. If this thing had a face, if this thing had a nose and it wasn't flat faced, you would be
I would like
saying
more.
it looks like a man. But a man,
No, I wouldn't.
but a man
like a
has a
lot more.
nose.
Soul, you
I got
literally
you on
said
that.
Lillipup looked like a face. He's right. You would totally say this thing looked like a man.
I don't know. I
If
think
it
this
had,
is
like,
sick.
a face,
I
don't know.
okay.
Entei's. I don't hate it, but
Yeah.
it's like
Not a.
I did
You don't prefer
like
it.
my favorite types list, and then like my least favorite types, and this is the only this is the fire type of Johto that I hate. Like this is the one, my least favorite fire type.
Bro.
Wow.
I respect you, but I disagree with you.
I've never really
Look at
felt
this,
anything.
Soul.
I respect your opinion, but it's wrong.
This is why I feel this way about the Paradox Beast, because I'm like already I never really cared for any of the original beasts, and I was hoping that these would make them better, but you can't make them better. That's it.
Yeah, they're so much better.
You were
Ruthless
Walking
today,
Lake and Raging
ruthless.
Boulder's so cool.
I
Ruthless.
don't even like them. I don't. I'm so disappointed in all.
Oh,
of
this
these.
is what it's gonna be. All right, it's gonna be Gouging Howl. That's what it's gonna be called.
No,
So
it has to be. It has to be a 4-letter word.
Howl.
Howl is 4 letters.
Is it? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
I mean,
It's
that's
on this. It's
possible
on
then.
this card. It's just on this card.
Yeah, it has to be 4 because that's all the characters that are left after gouging in a space. And then, I mean, it hypothetically could be 3, I guess. But I think it'll be 4 too because Bolt is 4. Wake is 4. So I think this one will be 4.
So what other words could it be?
Fire, lava.
Oh, it's gonna be fire. Oh, lava would be cool. Gouging lava. Gouging fire is kind of boring. Yeah. What else would it be? I think those-
Obviously, this is subjective, but Ku did say this design was boring.
It's probably boring because it's also on all fours. And what they're gonna do, it makes total sense.
Probably boring because it looks like Entei.
Listen,
still.
the head, this head crest, 1, 2,
Dang it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? It's
Yeah,
got
the
all
head
these
crest is
spikes.
gonna be it.
Those are gonna turn into the prongs of the. It's gonna turn into the shield, the face, and the prongs, the horns of the Triceratops, and the ridges along its back are gonna be this thing right here, which I think is so cool. These like.
I'm ready, man.
These defensive plates. I think Entei's so cool, dude. You really don't think Entei's cool?
Entei is so freaking cool.
Look at this.
I'm not a fan.
That's so cool. Entei's so cool.
Now, I'm still upset that we were robbed of my favorite sub-legends, the Lotties. I wish they had gotten Paradoxes.
Yeah,
that
I'd
would
be
have been
so much
freaking
happier
sick.
with those.
Dude,
Yeah.
Subarashi, y'all remember Subarashi's
Yeah.
art of Paradox, Latios, and Latias? Oh, my heart.
Yeah.
Let me
Or
look
maybe
it
it was of Convergence to Latios and Latias. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Either way, he did like something of them right there.
Oh yeah, those were Convergence, I think. Where they're like sea,
they're
they're like sea
Convergence.
serpents or
Convergence.
whatever.
Never mind. My apologies.
This one's also really cool. Who did this one? Elite Four, yeah, where it turns into like a pterodactyl.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty wicked.
Anyways,
The
all right.
Lotties are just so cool, man.
Yeah,
They're
but
so, cool.
so what about but the Paradox Terrakion? I don't listen. This is one of the ones where I'm like, this is a bad design. Even though I do kind of like it, this one actually has man teeth. This one's just smiling at you. What do you think they would do with this? This is actually this would be a better candidate for.
I've heard that it's really cool. So
This would be a better
Who said that
candidate.
this is the coolest one.
Yeah.
This would be a better candidate for
It
a
has to be
Triceratops.
iron either
Agree.
A or B.
Well,
Like
so what
its
are we
name
thinking?
will start with
Iron,
either an A or a B.
iron,
Everyone's thinking Boulder.
boulder. Yeah,
I could also see iron boots.
yeah, that's stupid. I like.
That'd be.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
There you go.
You have
I can see
boots,
it.
crown.
Yeah.
Look, think about it.
in
leaves
leaves?
is so boring. Leaves.
Yeah. I know that. When we were like,
I know,
trying
but
to
it's an
figure all this
element.
out, we had a good time trying to figure this out in our Discord. It was really fun. But like the names that we were coming up with, and people were like, "That's so basic, just like iron stone or iron boulder." It's like, dude, we had leaves.
Yeah,
and
Right.
like
Boulder's
like
fine.
Iron Moth. No one's passing Iron Moth, guys. It's just the moth of iron. So like,
that's true.
It is funny how
Iron
some of them they didn't try. Like they were like sandy shocks, iron hands, but then some of them they were like, that's a brute bonnet and that's an iron bundle. Like what?
Yeah, yeah.
Should've been like, there's no way that we can like translate this properly.
Iron jugulus. That's the funniest
crazy one. That's such a crazy name.
That's a wild one.
one. Roaring Moon is just a sick name.
There were a lot of names about in Gen 9 where I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to like memorize these. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get the Runas Quartet down. I did. That's nice.
That one took some time for me too.
Yeah.
Especially because there's Chien Pao and Wo Chien.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I mean, I kind of just hope Terrakion just looks like this right here, where it's just a simple translation of it's just, it's robot version. It's robot Terrakion. That's what it's going to be.
That's the most likely situation.
Yeah. I do think, something else that Ku said was like, he implied that something breaks the pattern.
Yeah. What pattern?
He said fire, electric, water.
Sure.
Then he said steel, rock, psychic. So I think what he was saying was if you look at the signature moves of Raging Bolt, we know it's electric type. The signature move of Walking Wake, we know is water type. The signature move of Iron Crown is steel type. And then the signature move of Iron Leaves is actually psychic type. And so I think he was just saying Entei's is fire, Terrakion's is rock. Leaves broke the pattern.
But they're still going to be
It
psychic.
didn't go with the primary typing. It went with the psychic typing.
But that's the move. That's not going to be their actual types, right?
Right.
I mean, maybe it's a hint at the typings.
That'd
but
be crazy.
I'm not under the impression it is.
I mean, that breaks,
I
as
was
Pokemon fans,
thinking
that
at
breaks our
first-
brains, but I could see it.
I was thinking at first just because we already knew Entei's like name thing. I was like, gouging is super dark to me, so I was just thinking like it could be a dark type, like Darkened Dragon.
Sure.
But
That's interesting.
I don't.
But then
think
what would
that that's
Entei be?
gonna happen.
Like fairy fire?
No, that's what he was saying was Entei would be Dark Dragon.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Because that's the gouging.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
But-
Terrakion's like.
No. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's what Lumi said. Like, it just makes
That's crazy.
the most sense. And he's beating around the bush. Like,
That would be
He's
so
not-
interesting. But we've seen
going
that.
back around.
That reminds me of how like
I'm ready for him to
flabbergasted we
change
were.
his profile name to Ku gives straightforward answers.
I mean, he basically
Yeah.
he's giving very straightforward things compared to in the past. Wouldn't you
That's
say?
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I think I'm open to something like that type swap happening. That reminds me of when like we thought we knew there was a pattern with the lookalike Pokemon, and then they ended up giving us Sinistea, or what is it, Sinistra, and I don't even Poltegeist, right? They did a swap on that, right? Any sort of logic that we thought was there just kind of like evaporated.
Absolutely.
And that could be the case here too, where we're like all expecting, fire dragon, and it could be something different. It could be dark dragon. I welcome it, honestly. Paradox are weird. They're not supposed to make
cool with
sense.
Yeah, I like
Right.
it like that.
This is a little random, but it's related, I promise. But did y'all see, I just thought of this and like had to bring it up. Did y'all know that I only learned this yesterday, that if you're in co-op mode, so like Soul, you play Pokemon Violet, I play Pokemon Scarlet.
Right.
If I go to Soul's world and Pokemon Violet, like we link up with the Union Circle or whatever,
Yeah.
and I go to Area 0, I will find both past and future Paradox.
What? Are you kidding me?
That's what I read.
Dude, I saw a video
I
about
don't
that.
know
That
about
actually
that.
makes sense. I saw a
think
video like
was-
that the other day.
I think that was not normally true, but they fixed it to be true with the Teal Mask patch. 'Cause
That would
I
make
saw-
sense. I saw
It
a
was
clip.
Taco. Yeah, he ran into like an iron bundle and
Yeah.
a Tail popped up
Yeah.
behind him. And someone asked in the comments,
I was
they're like,
confused.
how is that possible? And someone said, "Oh, when you
Can we
Union
try
Circle
that?
to a Violet player."
We should
Yeah,
try
we
that.
could try
Bro,
it.
I
That's-
have never done the co-op thing. Not once.
Wow, not
Sad.
I'd love
fake,
to.
Fake
but
fan.
We haven't done anything.
How did you get Palafin?
How did I get Palafin?
No. Everyone.
Raid.
No, yeah. When the games first came out, everyone was like, "You have to
I'm pretty
take
sure I traded.
20 steps in the northern direction with your Palafin out in co-op play."
Yeah.
So anyway,
That was
their
that was a
names-
bad joke and an obscure reference.
It's all good. Their names are probably Iron Boulder, Gouging, Fire, Lava, Heat, whatever.
Okay.
Hydraplin or Hydrapple?
Hydrillin.
Hydrapple.
Hydrillin. Tin.
Or yeah.
Because
any of
if
those.
it's losing the apple, why would it have
Hydra
apple
Boy.
in its name? It could
It's
be like
Hydra Boy.
it could be like high. What's like a like a bug.
Yeah, that's
styled
true.
name, right?
We are forgetting the bug. part about it.
My drumstick.
No, what is it like? Beetle, like a beetle, high beetle. Just a really, it's like a stoned
like-
beetle.
I was thinking like Hydra creeping, but
Hydra creeping.
Hydra creeping.
Yeah.
There's a
Hydra
certain
girl.
number. There's a number of letters that you can have. That's why gouging.
I
Fire
think
has to
Lin
be
makes
4.
sense because apple, or applin. Like apple is the apple part. Lin, I don't really know what that's a reference to, but like
Diplin.
And I mean, it does evolve from Diplin, so not like not Flapple or Appleton, so an Applin. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's
So it
probably
could just
something
be-
like that.
Hydrolin, hydrolin.
That way it's Applin, Diplin, Hydraplin. You know, I
Yeah.
could understand why they might would.
I think
keep
that's
it
the
with an
most
N
like
sound.
that's the most likely for sure.
All right.
I
and
like
then
Hydrapple better though.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Hydrapple.
But-
I think it does. But maybe that's because I said Snapple so many
Yeah,
times.
I still think it's reminding me of Salandit. I still think it should have been like Salamandit.
Salamander.
Yeah, that's what that's reminding
funny.
me of.
Um,
Yeah.
Then there's a peach, which we only have P and E, which so we just think peach. But you know, it could be all kinds of stuff. People were thinking like Peachy King instead of Peachy
Yeah, I
King.
saw that. I like that.
I like that a lot. 'Cause
That like brings it up a notch, right? And
Yeah.
it starts implying lore.
and it still is like a play on Peachy King.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like any other phrases that are like
Like it's not
Peachy
okie
King.
dokie, it's or it's not okie dokie, it's okie dokie. So Peachy
Yeah.
King would make sense. Or they could
Yeah.
spell it like
Or, like-
like Peachy King and then when there's a G at the end, Peachy King with a G at the end, Peachy King.
Yeah, I was suggesting like Peachy Kid too, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Because he's
because
the Peach
Momotaro.
Boy. Yeah,
Peach Boy.
because in Japanese it's probably just gonna be like
Yeah.
Momotaro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Dokutaro. That's
Yeah.
it. But yeah, and that's pretty much all of them, I think. But either way, I'm excited.
Archaludon is Archaludon,
Archaludon,
in case anybody needed to know that.
I actually am excited to use Archaludon. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting it's new and I don't have access to it because we've known about it for so long.
Right. I wanted to bring up too. I saw someone in your Discord, Soul, suggested Iron Bedrock for Terrakion.
Yeah,
I think that's too cool of a name for them to do, but I love it.
I agree,
But
but
I
it
love
would
it.
be it would fit. It just depends how cool they want it to go.
Yeah.
We do have Jugulus. We have Jugulus.
Jugulus. Is Jugulus even a word?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Jugulus.
I don't think
Jugular is a
Jugular.
word.
I don't think it is actually.
Jugulus.
No, because
Jugulus.
the amount of times that I've written it, I think that it's come up like not as a word. I'm not sure.
Jugulus meaning Iron
It
Jugulus.
is the plural of jugulum, which is a post-classical spelling of eogulum,
Yo.
which is murder.
I
Is
love
it
that-
what?
I love the
It's
name of
murder.
that.
This Game Facts article.
Or the collarbone. Or the
So,
collarbone.
what the F is a Jugulus?
I love it. I love that that was the name of this whole thread.
It's a neck thing. Yeah, that's crazy. I do like Iron Jugulus.
I love it.
Man.
I just saw some fan art of it today, and it's incredible. I'm gonna post it later.
Really?
Yeah. What else was I thinking there?
All right.
But yeah, oh yeah, Archaludon. It's really, I can't wait.
All
How
right.
do
gotta
you
do
feel
teams
about
and
that
all that.
design?
What is
What?
it?
How do we feel about Archaludon's design?
It looks like a stapler remover. I do like it. It's super complicated. This is cool.
I didn't love it at first, but now I'm
Yeah.
very fond of it.
I'm trying to think of
Still not better
other.
than Duraludon, but
What are some other overly complicated Pokemon that are not legendaries where they make it work? Because it does feel very overcomplicated.
Galarian Stunfisk.
Is this official?
that doesn't work. Yeah, that is official.
It
This
does
is so
work.
good. Galarian Stunfisk?
Yeah,
I think it works.
he's a good boy.
Yeah, Galarian Stunfisk. It's like there's bait. Its mouth is the bait. A Pokemon goes to it and it eats it.
I don't
And where it captures it, its mouth is right there to eat it up.
like that it's a Pokeball. I don't know. It's just like so artificial.
It's not a
How do you
Pokeball.
feel about Fungus?
It's not a Pokeball. It's just
I'm
red.
not a fan
It's
of the
red
Pokeball
and
Pokemon
white.
unless it's Voltorb.
It's just red and white. It's not a Pokeball. That's like an adaptation that something can undergo. I think it doesn't make sense with Fungus because there's a circle in the middle and there's lines. That's a little silly, right?
Is it just red and
Sometimes
white?
I
It's
wish
just
I
red and
was a
white. It's not a
Pokeball.
Well, you know what, I say all this, but do I really know it?
If it's just red and white, then I'm okay. That's fine.
Like, oh no, so it's just its top lip is red.
Okay, so it's the teeth that makes it look.
We're all red
But that's
right
teeth,
in the
though.
end.
Like that
You're
makes
right.
sense.
I like this much better than normal Stunfisk because I love when it closes. It has like fake eyes on it. I
Yeah.
wish that those were its real
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, you scroll down, you'll find an anime picture of it.
I wish that those were its real eyes instead
Yeah.
of.
Spoiler
This is-
alert for Gen 8.
this is
This
so
is an
funny.
S tier Pokemon.
Yeah, spoilers, guys.
These
Here,
are spoilers. We'll talk about it again when we do it, but
we should do like
Gen
a
8 tier list, it's S tier.
well, I was-
saying.
we should do a Gen 8 retrospective. Who just told
You know
me?
what I think we should do? We should do a Gen 8 tier list, like before we do a Gen 7 tier list, just to make people mad. Like they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Where's Gen 7?"
Honestly, it's true. I mean, because you can
Yes,
view these in any
please.
order too.
we should do that.
I'm down.
Oh man.
We just did Gen 6, right? I think we're
we
gonna
gotta
do.
do megas. I think we're gonna do megas today.
Yeah, we'll do Megas next. I do kind of like this design. I like how it's got these like fake footprints. I wonder if anyone's ever made a video about like whose footprints are on Galarian Stunfisk.
You know,
Mine.
actually, those are like the like typical Pokemon footprints from
Oh.
like the early games.
Really?
I don't know where you could see them because it's just in like the back catalogs of my mind. But I've
He
seen
is
that
a
footprint.
good friend.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see right here, but this is
I
what
don't
it
want to
is.
give any spoilers yet. Oh yeah, there
When-
you go.
When
That's what I
Stunfisk
love right there.
closes, it actually looks like another fish Pokemon, right? It's got these like fake eyes, which is
I
cool.
wish that
We
those
are
were
super
its real
ADD
eyes.
today. I love it.
Or I wish if it had like two heads almost, like that was one of its heads, and then the other one on the inside.
It's
was
kind of
another.
like Wobbuffet, right? You're like the tail has eyes.
Mhm.
Is that the Pokemon, right?
I mean, that's my headcanon because nobody said it's not. Nobody said that there's.
Nobody said it's not. Therefore, dude, I like that. I'm gonna put that in my bio.
You should. Good. You don't even have
So
to.
teams for Indigo Disc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
teams.
heck yeah.
Let's see.
If you guys can't tell, we're just winging this one real good.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I just like
I'm loving it.
there's a lot of stuff.
Can
Well,
I just want to say this really fast. I am so hype. Sorry, I was distracted a little bit earlier, but I am so hype about the Indigo disc, like for real.
okay.
That's it.
Why
So I
are
wanna
you
say-
hyped?
Me too.
I'm just hype. I've been waiting all freaking year for this, and
Yes, sir.
and more. At
I've
the
been
end of this, I want to give like a little like tiny emotional thing, but that's it. you
okay.
know?
Wait.
But
Is it
I'm
tied?
excited for it.
People have been. So I was talking
Probably
to.
next-
I was talking to one of our.
yeah.
I was talking to one of our like supporters. He's another creator, Scott, and he was telling.
Scott.
And he was telling me that it was like so confusing to me, but he was telling me like his origin story on YouTube,
Origin
right?
story.
And he was
love
just,
it.
Bitten by a radioactive YouTube.
and he was telling me that he started he was like pretty, I don't know, he was just saying like when I started blah blah blah, and I kept thinking it was like 2018. I just assumed that's when he started, and then he kept saying like, well, I was watching you guys at the start of Scarlet and Violet, and it kept like breaking my brain. I was like, wait, you guys were watching? Wait, that was only a year ago. I'm like, that was only a year
Yeah.
ago.
I'm more surprised that it was a year ago. Like,
I'm more
How
surprised
was
that
it a year
Soul
ago?
doesn't know how to drink a beverage, apparently.
no, dude, it's not that I didn't know how to drink it. This thing, I just filled it up before this. It was filled to the top, and when I went like this, it just poured out like all. It's like
I just
my
like
pants
kind of
are-
look down. I see Soul. Water.
My pants are
I missed
soaking
it.
wet.
Are they really?
Soaking wet.
Should we
Well,
cut?
No, we're gonna live with it.
All right.
We're gonna roll with it.
All right. All right. So our
Thanks, Scott.
yeah. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you,
You
man.
rock, Scott.
So
You're the reason I'm gonna win Charlotte.
Heck yeah.
all right.
Let's go.
So my team. I'm gonna give you guys some just like time to think. Okay. Here's my team off the top,
got my team.
off the dome. This is my team, and this is my team planned on. I have no idea when I'm gonna be able to get these Pokemon. All right, here we go. Brand new team. Here we go. What's gonna feel? I'm kind of stalling to think. Here we go. Ready? All right. Here we go. I think I want to use a Lapras. Okay.
Oh my gosh. What in the world? Are you just all right? Go.
I'm being serious.
I'm not judging, really.
I'm gonna use Skarmory. I'm gonna use.
You're just using my team of like Pokemon that should evolve. Is that what you're using?
Yes, I am. Yeah, and then I'm gonna use Kecleon.
Yeah.
Is that another one?
You're joking now.
No, I'm
You're
joking.
actually
I'm joking. I'm joking. But I am gonna use. I think I want to use Just what I'm feeling right now. Lapras, Skarmory, and I'm gonna exclude starters. I don't think I want to use starters. And then I think I want to use. Who have I not used in a while? What was cool about Kitakami is it felt like it was a Japanese region, so it felt like a vibe. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this because this feels like Gen 1, or I'm gonna use this because it feels very like, whatever this environment. It's like hilly and mountainous, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not really feeling that here. Like I don't really know what the tie-in is. I don't know. I think Altaria looks kind of cool. Magnezone would be cool, but I already have one. I feel like I use that too much. Honestly, I have to use a Unova starter. I'll use Superior. That'll be my grass type. That'd be
So
fun.
you are gonna use a starter.
I am going to
That's
use a
cool.
starter. So
That's cool.
Superior, Skarmory, Lapras is the lineup right now, and this could change at any moment, right?
Yeah. Of course.
I can be flaky. All right, we got this whole bottom list here. I think.
Are you not gonna use any new ones, really?
Oh, I forgot about the new ones. Yeah, I forgot about the new ones. I'll use Hydrapple if it is actually cool. Duraludon and Archaludon would be really cool. And I think I probably will pick at least one Paradox. How about that? That's good?
Yeah, but how do you get 6 out of that?
That was 6, wasn't it? That was
That's it.
Paradox.
Lapras, Skarmory, Superior.
Yeah, and then the other 3. And then Hydrapple, Archaludon, and
Paradox.
Paradox, what are we calling it? Gouging lava. That's what I'll use.
Well, for the record, the issue is something to keep in mind. Is you probably
Yeah.
Could be wrong. Won't get access to gouging lava
That's
or
fair.
whatever it is until area 0.
That's fair. So what's my lineup going to be before that? I might
Yeah, 'cause
actually.
that means you'll hypothetically take on all the Blueberry League, including the champion.
You know what?
with 5
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I might actually want to use. I don't know. We'll see. We'll literally see. It's just gonna happen randomly. I could get a shiny. I caught a bunch of really cool Pokemon in Teal Mask that a couple of those I might want to bring over to this file. That could be my shiny Ninetales. That could be my shiny Victory Bell. You know,
Dude, I need a shiny Victory Bow.
it's so good. So I don't know. That's the pick. That's the kind of the formation of Pokemon that I'm excited for. We'll see how
That's cool.
we'll see how it actually turns out to be. I think for Alligator also might be something that I want to use.
You made me think of like the starters. It's crazy that they added all of them in here.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the first times, I guess, kind of. But
Maybe Let's Go or Legends.
yeah, but it also made me think like they did this because probably like the Paldean starters are not getting anything special or new, so they're like, well, if you want to use a starter Pokemon, here's all your starters. You can choose and use a starter. I have the problem with using like Gens 5 or 2 because if next year's games are going to be Gen 5 games, then I will use a Gen 5 team and I'll use probably like if a starter gets something special, then I don't want to use one now. I want to use it then.
Sure.
So the same thing is like I want to use Feraligatr so bad and I want to see it, but
if it gets a
next year
Legends form or something.
Yeah, if next year's like Let's Go Johto, I have to have a Feraligatr on my team, and I don't want to have it now and then again. So I'm like, dang.
I'm in a similar boat. Yeah.
I wish I just knew what the game was
Yeah.
for next year, and then I wouldn't have to worry too much. But that's just my own personal.
Tentacruel could be cool. Venomoth is honestly looking kind of cool. Lantern's looking kind of cool.
Venomoth ain't even new.
I know, but there it is.
I got a shiny one of those.
Do you?
In,
That is a good shiny. Oh, that's a really good one.
I found one in Area 0 too.
Guys,
did you guys watch Kayla Capsule's video where she did the what is it? Like
it was the map of Area 0. Yeah. I don't think I watched it yet, but I saw her talking about it.
In the first like 10 seconds, she's doing the maze walk. So you have to walk through it, right? So she's walking in Area 0. She runs right past a shiny Venomoth in the same place that I found it, and probably where Lumi found. I feel like
she had no idea
there. She just walks right past it. I left a comment like after I watched the whole video, and I was just like, "No, you walk."
Does she know now? That's crazy.
She knows now because somebody else told her. But if you watch it, it's caught on camera.
That's kind of epic, though.
Bad.
That's like a piece of history.
She ought to clip that for a channel, put up as a short.
It's kind of like you're catching.
I filmed an amazing
Pokemon
no,
that is true.
And missed a shiny for it.
I've thought about that. Like, it's like, okay, I collect all these shinies and they're just in my box and no one sees them. That's great. But then I was like, if I make a video or like if I, it's like if a shiny hunter makes a video on them finding the shiny, that's actually has a longer shelf life than just rotting in your box, right?
Them like missing shinies is also content for them.
Yeah, it is. Crazy. And not that it's content, but it's like you've captured the achievement, right? It's like evidence that this could exist, right?
Right. Like it's like why like
that's why you want to catch it.
So known for the shiny Dunsparce thing is because she took so long. Like it took so many evolving Dunsparce to finally get that 3-segment shiny.
Isn't it not even like that worthy anymore because you can just find you can reset for like a raid a horde or whatever?
You can't find them in the wild.
Okay, but you can do that with Sinistra.
Like you can't find a 3-segment one in the wild.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah. Anyways, so are those your teams?
That's your team. We haven't said ours.
I thought you were talking about your teams. Yeah, let's move on. I've said my piece.
You can go, Lumi. If you have.
I'm boring. I was sitting there. I was.
It's gonna be 6 starters.
Well, that's the thing is I'm so excited about all the starters being back. I'm so excited about all the starters being back. And I just there's so many Pokemon I'm excited they're back. There's some cool new ones, like obviously Dipplin and Archaludon, the Dipplin evolution and Archaludon.
Sure.
So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna rotate.
Dude, that's fine. That's fine. I do that all the time.
That's kind of what's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
Because the way that you're gonna have to catch everything is kind of like that.
Guys, I'm gonna find a shiny Gothita, and I'm like, okay, it's on my team now. What do you want? This is fate that it needs to be on my team.
I used a Hatenna for most of Teal
That's
Mask.
awesome, dude. I love Hatenna.
It's cute.
It's so good.
You don't have any though at all that you're thinking of other than so Hydraplin and what else? That's it. And then you're rotating the rest.
Yeah.
Come on, you got to give an answer.
Even Hydraplin, I'm gonna rotate. Like he will always be on my team.
I didn't use Diplin in Kitakami because I'm like, it's not done. It's like I don't like it even that much.
I'm not gonna be. I want.
Diplin's actually like a low tier list.
Boring. I'm not gonna be boring. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm facing the Steel type Elite Four member, so I'm gonna put in my party Charizard, Torkoal, Typhlosion.
Yeah, but you're gonna rotate based on.
I'm gonna build like a fun team. Like, I'm gonna build like what would be fun to use against a bunch of Steel types. Not easy, but fun.
Yeah, I think it's
you
fun
might have
to play through these DLCs, and then like. It's like you discover little moments, right? Like that's why I like shinies, because you go over the hill and you're like, oh, that's so random. I just found a shiny. I didn't want to use Seal, and I mean that's a bad example because Seal's shiny doesn't even change. But like you're like, well, I guess this is a calling that I should use it. It's special. This is a moment that I'll never forget, right?
Yeah, my wife has said she wants to use a starter Pokemon, but she's like, I don't know which one, so whichever one I run into is going to be the one I use.
There we go.
I'm so not like you guys. Not like any of that. I'm like, I am just trying to figure out every member of my team and like meticulously decide.
You going to use a Joltik Soul?
No. As you know, I try to only use new Pokemon of the generation. That's like my main thing. But because the Indigo Disc is lame,
dang,
I can't.
He just said how excited he was for it.
Yeah, I thought you were excited, man.
It's a double-edged sword, guys.
Dude,
like
I would use Rillaboom, honestly.
side.
I would use Rillaboom again. Maybe I'll use Sobble. That's actually kind of cool. You can get those in this game.
Yeah,
because those are new.
Really cool.
Sorry, I interrupted.
You were saying Soul.
No, it's all good. So my team, I have to use older Pokemon because I'm not going to use like the same Paldean ones that I just used, and I'm all out of Paldean Pokemon basically. So it kind of sucks. So the first one though is Okidogi.
Use Rellor.
No.
Yeah, Rellor's pretty good. It's actually a bug.
I hate that. That's like maybe my least favorite Pokemon ever.
Wow.
Maybe.
I mean, Oinkologne is right there.
Anyway,
how is Quackleval your least favorite, dude?
It really is.
It's not that bad, dude. You can like just not like some designed elements, but it's not that bad.
It's really that bad.
Okay, let's move on.
So, in saying that, Okidogi, I didn't get to use it in Teal Mask because you friggin' it's after. It's post,
so do you want to use that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
That's cool. I like that. You capture it, you claim it, and you can use it to defeat Momotaro. That's kind of cool.
Heck yeah. That's one. Then Archaludon and Hydraplin, whatever.
Couple dragons. I like that.
So that's 3.
Okay.
Right? 3. And that's about the extent of the new Pokemon that I can actually add, right?
And then
we didn't get into like the legendaries.
Yeah, Terapagos.
Yeah, no, we can't use him, I don't think. I mean, if we can, he'll probably
I imagine he'll be very into the game.
Just trade him into your Gen 5 game. Your Gen 5
if
remake.
we can use it, though, I'll put it on my team.
What about Miraidon?
Oh, that's true.
I used it a bit for Teal Mask, like at the end, but
always forget you actually have a version of it that you can just use. Maybe I'll interest him. Interesting.
Those legendaries are so weird to me. I don't know why, but like it's like I don't want to use them for some reason. They kind of fell off a little bit in design. I love them, but I don't know.
I feel the
my
same
love
way.
for them is diminished.
Well, maybe they'll get a little something that'll make us like them more.
That would, if they got a form or something, I'd put it on my team.
Here, crazy idea. This isn't gonna happen, but I'm imagining a Gen 5 game with the Gen 9 engine where like we're riding around, just flying on the backs of Reshiram and Zekrom.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Isn't that what N does?
I think so.
That's sick. That's so sick.
At least in the anime
that
stuff.
would be so sick.
I think with Koraidon and Miraidon, I've just seen them so much for the past like year and a half, like 2 years almost, because they were revealed so long. I feel like I've seen them so much that I'm just kind of They kind of just fell off a little
I
bit.
think that's totally valuable, valid.
Right. So anyway, going back to legendaries, Ku did like the thing, a riddle, I guess, or actually it was just like a straight up leak because basically they found like the 25 legendaries to the list of it. They like deduced it. It's a long story, but there's 25 like basically static encounters or ways that you can catch legendaries.
That's cool.
Like returning ones. And you know what? I'm like just going with like a big hands team. That's like what my theme is. So,
big hands?
Yeah, like I want like so Okidogi, right?
So you're using an
iron hands?
No, I'm gonna use that would be smart. But
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna catch a Necrozma and use it, or I'm going to just transfer mine over.
Swampert has pretty big hands.
Yeah, that's true. I guess so. But anyway, Necrozma is gonna
Drillbur?
be ew, no. Does it? I don't think
It's got big big meaty claws.
Abominable has big meaty claws.
Maybe big hands is the wrong way.
Yeah,
I
you
just,
Bambi
like,
Palm.
special...
Oh, Incineroar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I hate Incineroar, so that's a
Yeah,
no
me too.
for me.
Wow.
That's a no.
So the rest...
Beartic has pretty
two
big hands too. I'm sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, it kind of does. It kind of does. The last two are my shiny Sneasler, and
Oh, that is cool. I don't like Sneasler, but
Yeah, pea-colored.
how do you hate all of the
I love
whatever?
I love
We don't
shiny.
need to get into it.
Yellow's my favorite color, so
Okay.
thanks for that. And then I think I'm gonna use Zarude.
Okay.
Because it's just like it fits the theme, like
Yeah.
the theme of them. But if not, I'm gonna trade out. I'm like in between
That's
Sneasler
cool.
and Glastrier, like Glastrier and Sneasler. Because I just use Sneasler in Legends Arceus.
I'm gonna start calling Sneasler Sleasler.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna swap one of them out for Iron Crown eventually, and maybe the Iron Boulder, Iron Tracheon. You know, I want to like see what it looks like. And
Yeah.
if I like it, I'll swap it.
That's cool. I appreciate that you're using like Glastrier and stuff because a lot of those legendary Pokemon, you really don't get any sort of connection with them or playtime with them.
You didn't get to use them.
I love
'cause you
Glastrier.
play like
Glastrier.
this much of a DLC
Yeah.
with them because half of it you don't use them, and then at the end you get them, and then that's it. So
Yeah.
it's not like you can't use even with Zarude like random. I used it in my DLC playthrough for Sword and Shield, but I love Zarude so much. So
Cool, man.
And
That is a cool team.
yeah, we'll see. But we'll do the final ones when we end up doing it. But
All right. So I just want to say my last theory, and then we'll get into the user email with the user theory. But I really would love if they were to incorporate or hint at some sort of. I think they already kind of have, like a present paradox. So something that would be from our timeline, but like in a different. I gotta cut that out.
it's such a flippant one. It's like, it's like no emotion. Just
What the heck? All right, let me re-say that. All right. All right. I think it'd be so cool if we had some sort of like present paradox Pokemon. So it's still from like our time period, but in like another dimension or whatever, right? I think that'd be I don't know. Maybe that's not even like that creative.
You mean like an Ultra Beast?
Well, no, an Ultra Beast, that's Ultra
Cyclozar.
Space, right?
Just a Cyclozar.
Yeah, like a
But Guzzlord,
No, but
Guzzlord's another timeline.
yeah, but isn't it like completely different though? That's
I
like
mean, it's in Howoli City.
But it's extra dimensional, right?
No, but it's like it's another like.
That's
timeline,
true.
Because like
That's a
it's
good
in-
point. Yeah, maybe that
Yeah.
is what that is. Maybe that is what that is. I guess my thought was like, I think it'd be interesting if they tie. I don't know. I want to know. I want a satisfying conclusion to the Terapagos story, right? If it just is a random legendary and somehow has nothing to do with the creation of Paradox, that'd be pretty disappointing. So whether it is a paradox of some sort or it's the creation of some sort of paradox, I don't know. I want to see more of that. I also want to see Paradox continue into another game is really just what I'm hoping for.
I think that's possible.
Yeah.
For sure. Them continuing. At least.
Yeah. All right. So Lumi, do you want to read off we got a question. We got a theory actually. You want to read that off?
Yeah, so this is from Zachary Eberhardy, I think is how I'm pronouncing it, or Kingslayer 10154.
Nice.
He said, first off, want to say I'm a huge fan of the podcast and love listening to it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Been
it.
around since before the Teal Mask release and loved every minute of it. You guys make my work days go by so much easier and fill my day with laughter and happiness. Thank you so much for taking the time to create these episodes for us. Can't wait to see what you bring us next. Thank you for the kind words, Zach.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man.
Laughter and happiness is just like,
but that's like I'm complete. Like
that's what I want.
That's amazing.
That's so great.
That's an impact that we've had.
So his theory is kind of related to what you guys mentioned a few episodes ago about how Area Zero and the Paradox Pokemon could basically be imagination or dream Pokemon. And I believe it was Dusty who pitched the idea that these strange new Pokemon could be created from Terapagos' imagination. So that sparked my brain, and I started thinking, what if Terapagos is responsible for the time machine? Here's my thoughts. What if Terapagos is from this paradise, this other world that the Paradox Pokemon are from? So Terapagos comes to our world either on purpose or accident, and now he can't find his way back home. The reason the 19th type is associated only with terrestrialization and comes from Terapagos is because he is terrestrialization. The terraform we see him take on is actually his true form in his world, and Terra Pokemon are everywhere. It's not a new phenomenon. So since in his world this Terra power flows through everything, he's always in this larger world turtle form. But now in our world, Terra crystals aren't as common there for his power, so he's diminished and stuck in a smaller form. Once he discovered that he got stuck here, he reached out mentally to find intelligent people and discovered Heath and later professors Turo/Sada. So Terapagos mentally sent the professors memories of its home, this beautiful paradise, which then sparked the creative mind of the professor. So over the years, Terapagos has been feeding them information on how to build this time machine, all with the purpose of recreating a gate to get itself back home. That's why the Paradise Protection Protocol was developed. In case something went wrong, Terapagos could keep his home safe. I know it's kind of a wild theory and a little underdeveloped, but would love to hear what you guys think about it, and I'm super stoked for the DLC to come out so that we may get some answer. Thanks again for everything you do. Love your work.
That's sick. Yeah, that's sick. That's really interesting. I want to preface those theories that they attributed to me. I don't think I invented those. Those are probably things that I'm just repeating.
Reiterating them, yeah.
Yeah. But I love that idea, and that kind of falls into what I had just said, which is like, what if Terapagos is one of many, but in our reality, it's one of one because it was brought here from something, right? And that would also explain to me why, I guess Terapagos is only the baby that we really know of, right? It doesn't evolve. But I don't know, it kind of gives off that impression that it evolves, right? Even though it's not really an evolution.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you guys think about this?
I think I love it.
Yeah, it's a great theory. I love it.
I wish that we could man, sometimes I wish I could just get in a room with these people and just write a story, because that's like such a good, like, well-written story, like plot that should have happened, really. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's possible for them to have gone that deep in everything, but the whole, like, it's just Terapagos trying to get back home and like build a time machine itself, like that's epic. I think, we could write a really cool story one day that's not related.
Perhaps that's why
that really
the
is beautiful.
Area Zero plot was called The Way Home.
Wow,
dude,
are you kidding me?
I love it.
That is so cool. I mean,
cool. I think that there will definitely be some things pulled from those ideas. It'd be really cool. I think that Terapagos was behind like building the time machine. That's not confirmed at all, but it could just be one way or the other. Like, it's just Sada and Turo did it, but it'd be really cool if they were inspired by Terapagos.
I imagine like like Terapagos just had this like burst of an explosion, right? It's like the Big Bang in a smaller scale, right? Firing and infesting Paldea with all of these Terra crystals, and at the epicenter of it all, that's Paradox Pokemon could have been. That's like the most concentrated evidence or remnant of that explosion. But then, like, the further you go out from the epicenter, that's where you get all the Terra crystals, which are lesser versions of, like, a brand new Pokemon, right? A brand new Pokemon is like super concentrated. It's a super concentration of Terapagos' power. So I think that all makes a lot of sense. It would explain why there's this big explosion, right? And then you think of like maybe Terapagos was like trapped in its own crystal, like Aang was trapped in ice for like a millennia or whatever it was, right? Or generation.
That's Airbender Aang.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
What's the other Aang?
No, I was just telling.
Oh, just prefacing.
That don't know that's the last Airbender.
The last
Aang.
Airbender. Yeah.
Never seen it.
Yeah. You should watch it.
You actually would like.
I watched a little of it. And
you actually would love it, Lumi. It's.
No,
I watched a little bit of it and I thought it sucked.
Bro.
Okay,
It's
well,
so good.
I'm never playing Snap then.
I just don't
like. I promise you. I promise you, it's
think-
better than Snap.
How can you
not
think
better,
it
not
sucked?
better, but I just mean like it's so good.
How can you think that sucked and then like Pokemon anime? Like I don't get it. It's like
It's
literally
so good,
the
dude.
same kind of vibe,
The last.
but it's actually better. Like it's actually better.
The Last Airbender is like
I know
it's Star
someone
Wars.
in
It's
the
so good.
someone in the comments is gonna get pissy with me for saying that. Look, here's the thing. I don't look. That's great that you like it. Like I don't think it's a bad show. I just hated it.
I just don't get it. That's all. I'm not saying that you should you have to watch it or anything.
I'm saying you
This is
should
neither
watch it.
here or
For all the
there,
things that
but-
you guys recommend to me, I think that is one contribution I want to pass
I
on.
watched like a whole. I feel like it was a whole season. Maybe it was only like 8 episodes, and it was just that boring to me. But I watched a lot of it and was like,
I wonder
you know what?
Did you watch it from the beginning?
This is not good. Yeah.
Interesting. So
It was on. I don't know, some streaming.
It was on.
service.
I
Maybe
was
it
on Netflix during COVID,
Yeah.
and I remember picking it up for the first time since like it was on Nick, and I watched it as a kid, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then I kept watching, and I was like, ooh, I love these characters, and then I was like, whoa, all this world building, there's lore, everything's interconnected.
it's
now
so
there's different
good,
powers.
actually.
It's so sick.
Actually
Look,
And I binged it in,
all
like, a week.
All I'm saying is I didn't like Caillou. I didn't think it needed a sequel.
Caillou. Yeah, Sesame Street should be canceled.
Anyway.
The Muppet Star Wars is the only real version of Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah. Animation peaked with Robot Chicken.
Phineas and Ferb's Marvel crossover is the only MCU.
These are just like
movie
YouTube
worth
titles.
anything.
These are just YouTube video titles.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's lost now, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Let's go back to Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is cool. I love the idea of, basically, I love the idea of like Terapagos being trapped in its own crystal. It created this explosion, right? And then Paldea has evolved to adapt around this. It's bled into the culture of the people and the Pokemon, and then it's also changed the environment. And then at the center of it all, it's been locked away until curious humans go out to explore, right? Maybe Sada and Turo get a little bit of this power, and then want to, I guess. I watched a video recently, and they described the story or the wishes of Terapagos almost like the monkey paw, right? You get your wish, but there's a twist, and it's not actually as idealized as you think, right? You get your wish, but it usually comes with consequences. Sada and Turo end up dying, right? So
Yeah.
I think whatever the Indigo disc has for us, as far as a story, I actually think they're gonna deliver. I think if the climax of the Indigo disc, which is the true climax of Scarlet and Violet, if it's anything like Area Zero, I think it's going to be really strong and emotional. I'm excited to play it. I really am. I think it's going to have a lot of lasting impact, especially on whatever the next set of games is going to be.
Yeah. It's a good
I
way
want
to
to hear
segue.
Soul's emotional point.
Yeah, it's a good way to segue into that, which is not that emotional, and especially because I'm not going to like convey many emotions, but
Yeah,
just that I want to just say that it's like this has been the craziest like time in Pokemon. I'm pretty sure like this storyline, if at all if they climaxed everything in Scarlet and Violet and that was the true climax of Scarlet and Violet, that's fine because they left us with enough stuff to just be like we're uncertain about the whole thing until now. So I mean maybe things don't get resolved, but they made it so there's so much to it. There's so much to the storyline that it's really appreciated. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Like,
The story
when's the last Pokemon game that's been like this crazy like that?
Maybe
like,
Gen
you
7?
play the series forever.
Gen 6 introduced a lot of, I guess
Gen 6
Gen
had
6
Nazis
yeah, Gen
I
6
feel like Gen 5 is
established
the only
and nuclear
comparable.
weapons.
Yeah, no, you're right, because Gen 5 had like history and lore behind it, right? Gen 6 was a pretty boring story, but there were like some additional things that had implications. Gen 7 was like, what is Ultra Beast? What is Aether Foundation? But it was a very like familiar story. Like the story was like familial, right? Not familiar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. Probably Generation 5. Generation 4 also had like that, like, you know, all of a sudden it opened up the Pokemon world to a Pokemon dimension and
Legends
universe.
was really big like that too. I felt like
Yeah,
Yeah, it
world
did.
breaking.
They've been slowly building up to this. I
But
feel
no,
like
but you're
we've
right.
reached like a new peak in Pokemon where it's like I've literally been. I mean, this past month has been like the most like, what's the right word? Like mentally like dead. That's not the right word. But you know what I mean? Like, it's
No,
just like
it has, yeah.
for an entire year, I've been speculating on the same thing.
yeah.
You know, and not running out of content until like this past month. Like, that's pretty impressive, to be honest. So it's a good mystery. They did all that right. If we get a resolution to it, that'd be nice.
That would
if
be nice.
If they didn't, it still was a good mystery, but it's gonna continue to be. So I don't know. That's all I really had to say. Is like we're reaching the end, like the end of Scarlet and Violet, and it's insane to me that we where we started, because we started like before it even came out. You know, we were just like making theories about like what in the world's gonna happen in Generation 9.
Yeah,
all
that's
that
true.
Stuff. And we've reached the end. We're there now. It's like literally 7 days, whatever, away, and then we'll know everything that we're there.
I really am excited. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
All right.
crazy.
Well, if you're also excited about this, make sure you subscribe, stick around, leave us a review, and we're gonna be doing this for a long time.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
The patrons.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. So I am gonna pull it up. I'm gonna take my little cheat sheet here.
Sweet.
So first we want to shout out to our mythical patrons, Jasco. Thank you so much, Jasco. Timothy Chu, Trash Panda. Thank you both. And then also a special shout out to our 2 Arceus tier members, and that is Drogain and Bramtastic. Thank y'all so much for the support.
Yeah, thank you everyone so much for the continued support. We actually are going to be sending out, we ordered, and we're going to be sending out those special gifts very soon. Yeah, we hope you get them in time for the new year. That'd be good. Yeah. But thank you guys, everyone. Yeah, actually, should we say this, Lumi? Patrons keep coming in. You know, we only have a finite amount of gifts. If you've already become a patron or a channel member,
like, 6 left?
Yeah, if you already, if you've already
6 of you left.
If you've already become a channel member or a patron, you're secured. You're gonna get your gift. But if you want to also join in, we do have 6, a couple more. So if you do join, we'll try to we'll try to give them away to whoever joins next. But
you got it's gonna be first come first serve.
Yeah, you gotta send us.
Point,
You gotta send
you
our
gotta
address.
send your address, because I'm not a mind reader. I don't know where you live. If I did, honestly, I should probably be in prison. You know.
All right. Love you guys.
Probably.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye.
See ya on Indigo Disc Day. All right. Bye.
Heck yeah. Let's
See ya.
go.